Welcome to your Yeakly app. I'm your host, Ethan, and welcome to this brand new podcast, brand new idea from yours truly. It'll be a podcast, a show, where I talk about things on a hopefully, Yeakly basis. For those not in the know, which would more than likely be everyone bar me, Yeakly is a play on the word weekly with a Y. As well as, obviously, Yap, a talk show where people talk about things. But yeah, why do I think I created this? Why not? I thought it would be fun. And is it? I don't know if I'm just staring down the barrel of the lens, a bit like an armed gunman at my face. So without further ado, let's get straight into the podcast. So, Story 1. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I went to go see it. I thought it was great. I have seen a few reviews online, and I wasn't, a big fan. Well, not a big fan, but I didn't really get the sentimental sympathy that other people did. I looked at it. I watched it. I watched it in the cinema in IMAX. And a recliner seat. I thought it was good. People were saying it's the best superhero movie ever. I'm not really too sure on that one. I thought it was alright. It's been about 2 weeks now by the time this comes out. 2-3 weeks when it first released, or when I first went to see it. I thought it was quite, like I said, I thought it was quite good. All the way through it, I was like, oh, who is this? Who's the big villain? Right? Because I was like, I haven't got a clue who it could be. And then as soon as I put two and two together, because I remember seeing the leak that who CD Sync was in it, and there's going to be spoilers in this. So obviously, CD Sync is Jean Grey from the X-Men. She's a telepath, and I particularly didn't really, not that I didn't know much going into it, but I haven't seen a lot of X-Men. I do particularly like Days of Future Past, though, where I keep seeing clips of it, and I do want to rewatch it, because I just think it's a banger film. I do really like it, but that's, you got a bit of a tangent. All my TikTok and most of my reposts have been Frank. Most of my reposts on TikTok. Most of my reposts on TikTok have been lots of. I'm speaking like a robot. Lots of my the reposts. The reposts have been Jean Grey crying her heart out, crying her eyes out. Just finally made a friend, and then in comes Frank Castle, 360, Gabby, No Scope, Phase Frank, Phase Punisher, and it's such a crazy shot onto what would have been Jean Grey, onto Tom Holland, onto Spider-Man, and I find that so I'm just dying laughing of all the clips of just, the next montage, and it's Frank, it's Punisher coming in sniping our brand new best friend. It did, it was great. It was a great watch. As for wide rated, I think I said about 7 out of 10 at the time, maybe 8. I have only seen it once, so there is that to think about. But I didn't really, not that I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't think it was all that of what people were saying originally. But yeah, I know the discourse online is that it's so good. It's 10 out of 10. It's the best superhero film ever. It's the best Spider-Man film ever. I personally really like Far From Home. It was my favorite film for a while, until The Batman came out. The Batman is my favorite film. But obviously it's two different things. What I did a positive of it was the film, not Far From Home, Brand New Day, was that it felt a lot like the old Spider-Man films. So the Sam Raimi line, the Tobey Maguire, the Andrew Garfield, even the games. I know that's been a common point or a concept brought together from it, that they wanted to they wanted to get the old views or old points across in this new film, and I do think they've done that well. I do think it came across well. But yeah, do I think it did well? Well, yeah, it's probably cost $2 billion. I think it's cost $2 billion at this point, which is unreal. Fueling Tom Holland for a while now, for a while more. But yeah, I think that's all I've really got to say on Spider-Man. I asked a few of my colleagues at work. Some of them give, I think, about the same rating I did, about 7 out of 10. But you know, all's well that ends well. But obviously he's in the Odyssey as well, Tom Holland, as well as I believe Zendaya is as well. I have not seen the Odyssey. I do want to see it, but I do look forward to seeing future Marvel projects. I am quite looking forward to Vision Quest. I don't really understand it. I quite liked WandaVision. Didn't watch Agatha all along, but I do know that it says it's part of a trilogy in the trailer I saw, so we will see how that is. I remember seeing a clip from the Escape Pod podcast where they said it happens all inside Vision's mind, which I didn't really... Well, I can see now. I do really like Ultron, and the actor that plays Ultron in Vision Quest is... I don't know his name, but is Reddington in The Blacklist, I think. Yeah, I think so. Anyways, I have a notebook. It is bland. Oh, it is bland. Blank is the bad word. However, it's got all my ideas in. I originally was a big notes enjoyer. But I do like the idea of writing stuff down, just pen and paper. I think I look a lot cooler, and it's a lot more practical. Well, not really practical, but it's a lot more fun. I think it should make a comeback. So, next topic I've got in my lovely book is Newcastle. Now, if you can't tell from my accent, I am a Geordie. I am from Newcastle. I do support Newcastle as well. And we've had an interesting transfer season, interesting transfer window. Obviously still not done yet, but it's not looking that good. As of today, as of August 18th, 2026, which is the day of recording, we have just signed a Dedic from Benfica, I believe, a right back, which is good because it gives us levels, it gives us more structure, even though we do have obviously Lewis Hall on the left and Livramento on the right, but Livramento did kind of teeter off by the end of last season, so yeah, that's not good, but I hope this young kid does quite well. We did sign a lot of young kids actually. The new goalkeeper he's been alright, he's been having a bit of a meh when it comes to pre-season. However, you know, Liverpool's the first game, which I'm not really looking forward to. I don't think we'll do that well. You know, we have lost a lot of our big players. You know, Tonali, Gordon, Bruno, Trippier, obviously, but Trippier's on his way out anyways, I think. But the big names have kind of left, and we haven't really got anyone in that would or that has filled Bruno's position more than anything. I think Bruno did kind of hold everyone together. I think it's nice that Dan Burn got captain. That's pretty good. Done well for his mental, done well for his confidence. I do think we're seeing a shining season from Lewis Miley coming up. I think he's a great player. He's very young, and obviously he's a local lad as well, which means he's got the backing of everyone. You've also got Sean Neve, who's close to where I'm from. Mason Miley as well. You've got a lot of young lads coming in. Maybe that's already been there for a little bit, or that's actually integrated more into the senior team. But I desperately think we do need a striker, or I wouldn't say more confident striker, but a more competent, a more someone that's getting goals quite regularly. Because we're not at the minute. We're not going to every form. We don't score many goals. We could have a great defense. but I'm not seeing it going very well if we keep at it the way we're going. Where do I think we'll finish? Probably, I'm going to guess at 12th. The new manager, Matthias Yeakly. I think he's a cracking bloke. I think he's hopefully going to do well. I was a big Eddie Howe fan. However, he did stick to what he knew, and he didn't really expand or elaborate on that really at any point, which isn't that good for, well, winning, because we didn't really win many games. We had a very bad loss streak, or a very bad, but we lost a lot of games last season, which obviously wasn't the best. To say the least. But yeah, I hope we do well. I'm a lifelong Newcastle fan and supporter, and it's just not going the best so far. But I hope we do make some better signings, or some good signings, which are like senior players, because these are a lot of young kids that have probably come through quite a bit. I know they've probably signed quite a few long contracts, but we definitely need someone more senior to lead the team. I know we've got Dan Burn and everything, but I don't think it's going to do that well in, like, say, the midfield or so, especially on the pitch. Newcastle recently released their new third kit, I believe, the purple one. I do think it looks quite nice. I think a lot of there's a brown or a beige kit, which is quite similar. I think it's the same, it's just different colorway of the purple one, and it is quite good. I think it looks quite nice. But yeah, I do think this purple one's quite a nice one from the like recency. Obviously, we had the green one last year, and the home kit this year is horrendous. Especially with the big Knox symbol on the front. However, it's looking up. Newcastle really scraped by for a while to get like any good sponsors. It was only just Sports Direct. Wonga, the big Wonga one. We had a lot of banks. But yeah, it's on the up. It's on the up. It's on the up. And on the up. So next protocol. I should really book. I have it upside down. I should really what's it called? Bookmark. The little middle. This is a black layer in this, like a. I should say like a felt, but I mean it's felt fabric, a bit of fabric. Right. Overwatch. I'm a big Overwatch fan. It's my most played game. It's my favorite game. I probably have close to. Probably about 10,000 hours in it, I would guess. I played a lot on console, I play a lot now on PC. The drives, when I wrote this, it was the drives that I did write this about 2-3 weeks ago. The drives themselves, the purple one, the black hole, I think that does look the nicest in terms of the actual drives themselves. I wasn't a big fan of the third one. I've got the second one, I wasn't a big fan of the third one. Probably hence why I got the second one. I do think the second one looks a lot nicer. It's like a black hole. I like the colours in it more than anything. And yeah, I don't think it was that. It's not my favourite one. There's definitely been more favourites. I mean, I didn't really enjoy the Emery one. I thought that was a bit naff. But there was I think the Emery one was the last one, or the bubblegum one was the one prior. I'm not too sure. But nonetheless, I do like the idea of drives, the actual look of it. However, playing during drives is horrendous. No one gets anything done. You die, you lose, you get all the quick play warriors that come in and just, want to play over just to get this lovely drive. Because no one plays it for comp points anymore because comp points are worthless. But, it should be competitive. It's a competitive game mode, and it never is. Never is during drives. It's a horrific time. New hero. We have a new hero out. Demon. Voiced by streamer Lily Pichu and voice actress, obviously. I do not like the character. I've watched my friends play it. It doesn't interest me one bit. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me one bit. It's just not an enjoyable play style. I thought it would play a lot like Ryan, a bit like Diva. It doesn't. Ryan said it plays like On Run, and it does. And I don't play On Run. But she does seem very powerful when you're against it. Like, I can't win a duel on her. It's like I play Cass, I play Soja, I play a lot of Soja, I play Widow, stuff like that. So, like, I'm that freak on hit scan, the Pred scan. And it's horrible to play against. Because you just can't do anything. You can't do anything against it. Yeah. It's just not fun to play against. The new hero is the cyborg detective. I saw recently got a redesign, which I saw a lot of uproar about, because I do believe that the first design did look quite good. The first design did look quite good. So it's quite sad to see, the way it came out, or the way it got changed, because it was quite unique. It was very unique. I do wonder how it'll play, because I thought Demon was a support. I'll be completely honest. I didn't realize it was a tank. But obviously now we have the mecha pass, so the different mecha heroes, which is very annoying when you click on it and then it puts you in a game and you're hearing D.Va just talk and Demon talk and yap on, and you're like, I just want to play the game. I don't want to hear this. I just want to play the game. And you can't. But yeah. The new rank, there's new rankers, and obviously Emerald. I think I'm currently Emerald 4 on DPS. It's just the same players as it was before in Plat. Obviously, it moved up, it replaced Plat and pushed everything down. I don't know, I'm not a big fan. It looks nice. It's one of the nicest colours or the nicest designs, I think, but it's a bit of platinum, it's a bit of diamond in design, but it's a lovely green. But yeah, do I see? Well, it's a permanent thing now. I'll probably be Hotsuck Emerald, which I'm not a big fan of, but that's how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, on to the next one. I've said every time I should try and keep it. I'm thinking. But yeah. Halloween Horror Nights. So I am going to Hollywood. Halloween Horror Nights, not Orlando. Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood in October. So I will visit and I will experience Halloween Horror Nights. It'll be my first one. I've walked through it before when it's like they've had this stuff set up, but I've never actually gone to the actual event itself. So that should be fun. I believe they've released all the houses because it should be opening soon. The actual houses, a lot of them are music themed. I know there's an Ozzy Osbourne one. I know there's a Slash one. There's a Hellraiser one. I can't else remember what else there is. But I did want to have Five Nights at Freddy's one, I'll be completely honest. I thought it would be sick to see Five Nights at Freddy's in real life. And what do you know? They're making a new location in New Jersey of the real thing. How sick's that? I know I'm in England, so I probably won't visit it. But like, I think it could be sick. I know we always like all the fans always dreamed of like a relocation. And when the FNAF movie first came out, 23, I think it was 23. When the FNAF movie came out, the first one, there was a pop-up in Hollywood on, I believe it was Sunset Boulevard, of like the facade of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, which was so cool. It's so cool to see, because I remember when it was just so niche, but it's great now. And obviously we're going to get Security Breach 2 and FNAF World 2. I haven't played any of them. I've watched a lot of them, but I haven't played any of them. Security Breach 2, I think it's going to be very cool. I think Vanny was my favourite designed of a character, bar Springtrap, I'd say. But I really liked Vanny's design and allure in Security Breach 1. I think she was underused, underdeveloped, but everyone thinks that. But yeah, I think it will go well. I hope so anyways. I hope Scott talks to Steelwool properly, because if he doesn't, we're buggered. Because it's going to be a half-hour story again, and it's going to be half-hours, and no one wants that really, does this? So yeah, it's not fun. when it happens. But who knows? Who knows? And I watch a lot of Astral Spiff, so he always makes good content on Security Breach and on FNAF World. I actually started watching him through Security Breach and then on his channel ever since. And I've loved it ever since. But yeah, good things looking up for FNAF. I'll talk about the film. I saw the first one when it released in cinemas. I thought it was great. I loved the experience. Second one, what a load of shit. It's a transition film similar to Jurassic World 2, where they both only main point is to progress the story to the third film. You want to get from A to B, but you need A.5 to get to B, which wasn't done in the first one. Obviously, the first one sets everything up. The second one should progress it, but it never does. It never does. But the third one I'm excited for because it's quite Springtrap heavy, and I think Springtrap's so cool. He's a murderer, he's a child murderer, but the character itself is very, very cool, and I really hope Scott does a good job of it. Matthew Lillard does a good job of it. Yeah, I hope it goes well. On to the next one. I'm going to try and make this quite like unstructured. Structured. But it's kind of free flowing of an idea. Oh my god! Okay, so I got this the other day. I pre-ordered this a while ago, and it got delayed a week, but I finally got it. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so this is the Zombies art book. This is very sick. So this has all of the art from Treyarch Zombies throughout the ages. I think it's the past 15 years. I love it. It's such a cool thing to own. It just seeing all the old posters and old concepts of all the maps I love. My favorite map, Shadows of Evil. But like, I just looking at all the cool artwork and all the behind the scenes stuff. And I didn't know this, but Porter's X2 ray gun, obviously the ray gun Mark II, not Mark II, the ray gun upgraded, pack-a-punched, comes from the lead, I believe it's the art director or designer called, I believe it's Maxwell Porter, and I believe he was named after it, and I think that's quite sick. And I was like, oh my god, that's why it's called Porter's X2 ray gun, because it's by the creator, because he created the ray gun. It's so sick. We have a new Zombies map out soon, Black Ops 7, Rex Infernus. I am not that big. I haven't been following along with Black Ops 7. I really enjoyed Black Ops 6 or the cycle of Black Ops 6, but I never fully got into Black Ops 7. I did Ash's Easter egg before Directed got released, and then I haven't played any of the other maps since or yet. But it's the last Treyarch map we get for, I believe, 2-3 years. So, I'll probably pick it up probably end of this year, maybe next year, like properly. But I'll more than likely play Rex Infernus, see what that's like, because I know it's supposed to be going to be where you kill the Warden or fight the Warden at least. But then it should be the end of the Dark Aether. It should be the end of the Dark Aether storyline. Which, is going to be quite sad. Is it? Not really. We lost the greatest man to ever live, Dennis Rife. Good guy. But yeah, I really want to get back into speedrunning, actually. I really enjoyed speedrunning. I'm top 20 in the world on both Liberty Falls and Maudatone. And I do want to get back into both. I think I've still got it. Plus, there's not that big of a margin for Liberty. There's only about 5 minutes to world record, and then Mauer's about 10. So you'd have to find a major skip probably to get world record on Mauer. Liberty, it just needs like the perfect run, which obviously isn't good because I've never gotten an early jet gun. If I get an early jet gun, then I've got a hell of a run on. But I have a special connection to Liberty Falls where I was the original founder or finder of the Valve skip. I first found it. I was just playing, and then I put it into the Valley Discord, and I was like, what I should have done, do a great run, then show people. I showed people and then did a subpar run. So really, it didn't go that well for me. But yeah, that's probably it for zombies wise. We do also talk about the OWCS. I was going to say Overwatch League, that's dead and buried at this point. Overwatch CS, great games. I really liked the, I believe it's Lupite, the French presenter. I think she was great. I think she did a really good job of hosting and presenting. Obviously, she was with Ian. Both aren't Overwatch. I don't believe are Overwatch like specific hosts, but they did a great job getting all the interactions, the people, the players, getting everyone involved in it, and getting a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. Especially because she spoke a lot of different languages as well. You could get a lot of different feel for it. As for results, I can't fully remember who won. But I know America burned out quite easily or quite quickly, which is gonna happen. NA is a bit shit at the minute. We were on a good run. And yeah, they did quite well. Yeah, but we've now got Overwatch World Cup, which is there's a group stage in Busan at the minute. I hope we go through. We've got Mexico, Saudi Arabia, I believe Australia as well in the group. Mexico and Australia should be an easy cakewalk. However, I don't think we'll win to Saudi. Saudi will probably win it again. They've got the best players in the world. They've got the greatest hit scan to ever live. Quartz. Oh, I got the new Surge Mythic weapon. I quite enjoyed. I don't think I would, because I don't like her. I don't like a lot of her legendary skins. However, I don't like her Mythic skin either because the gun's too clunky. But the actual Mythic weapon's quite slim. It's like a purple skin, and obviously the Knife Inspect is quite cool as well. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up. The very first episode of your Yeakly Yap. Your Yeakly Yap. But yeah, we'll see how regularly this becomes a thing. And yeah, I hope to see you in the very next one. Thank you. Goodbye.